Right, so this is the question 5 on the 2020 mock exam, transformation geometry. So with all the sets of transformation there, you can read through that. Part A is draw the given figure. Part B is to determine the image of the logo. Now, the hexagon is size 36 and this is a vertical line. Probably should say that, so I'm going to draw one vertical line here, measure 36 along it. And then this line is at 30 degrees. And the bottom one is at 30 degrees. Now, remember, it's a regular hexagon, so side length 36. Again. Right, now to draw this part, okay, I'll square up the visualizer in a moment. So to draw the internal detail here, so I'm joining to the corners here. Okay, now the center here, okay, is here of the hexagon. Okay, and to do the arcs, look, you get your compass, you put it to the center there, swing the arc. Mine's a tiny bit off there, so I'll fix that in a moment. Okay, so mine's a tiny bit off, so I'm going to pause and fix that. It's fixed. Now, this part here, okay, so just going to go straight up here from that corner, and then where the arc hits the center line, straight up. Its height is 25. Now, I'm going to pause and set out the points here. Okay, now just note the 95 is from P1. So there's the points marked out. Okay, now I'm going to label these points here too. So I have all those points labeled there. Now, axial symmetry is where the image is flipped around an axis. So P to P1 is axial symmetry. So I'm going to join P to P1. I'm going to take my compass and bisect the axis. And there's my axis there. Alright, now I only need to transfer the appropriate number of points, right? All the letters on the image here are just to help me gain a rough idea as to where the image is going to be located. So I'm going to transfer over B and A and point F for clarity. Right, so I'm going to put my compass on the axis, move B over. Now, the length of the, hexagon is 36. So really what I'm going to do, instead of moving every point, is I'm going to get an idea of where they should be. So I have B there. Now A when it's transferred should be roughly in this area here. Okay, I'll set my compass to 36. and this is where, that should be where B1 is, and that's A1. Now I want to get a rough idea as to where, well, F is going to be on this line, so I'm going to join B1 to A1. Now the external angle is 60 degrees. So it should be on a 60-degree line, okay, to A1 to B1 external angle, and it should be 36. Okay, so you really want to keep the size of the hexagon as opposed to transferring every point. And the external angle, again, as we said, is 60 degrees, and it's 36 in length. So our 60-degree line there, 36, and then I'll do the last two lines myself. I'll just pause the video and do the last two. Here's the points marked, alright. I accidentally mixed up A and B earlier. Right, so we want to do this here and the arc. So we know A joins to E, and we know B joins to D, and we know C joins to F. Okay, and then the arcs, the center point for the arcs is in the middle, so we can just simply measure the middle here. You can bisect the line if needs be, if it's not spot on accurate. So there's our arcs. I'll heavy them in later and try and keep them as accurate as possible. Okay, so mine are a tiny bit off. I'll pause that and fix them. Fix those arcs. Now that's point H. Alright, and this line G to H is parallel to A to F here. So I'm going to go parallel to A to F from this it's parallel to A to F, so I'm going to go parallel to A to F from H. So parallel from A to F, H to G was 25, so I will measure up 25 there now. And then it can go perpendicular to that line I drew in. Right, now point I is found by drawing a line, okay, parallel to A to F from where the center line hits the arc. That's how we find it there. Found it there, look. We drew a line up parallel to A to F from where the arc hit the center line, H to J1. So we're going to do the exact same thing. And there's P1. Right, so P1 to P2 is translation. So all the points move, okay, parallel to the line P to P1. So they all move parallel to the line P to P1. Okay, and then they move the same distance as P to P1. Now you only need to translate the minimum number of points. So I've done A, F, I'm going to do E, right? So I'll just pause there. So I'm going to set my compass to the distance between P1 to P2, and that's the distance E moves. okay, and F will be in approximately this area, but I know it should be 36 long, so I set my compass to 36 and I'm going to swing from that there, okay, and that's where F2 is, that's where E2 is. Right, so I'll do this at lightning speed now. Okay, the hexagon retains its original properties. So its external angle is 60 degrees. All lengths of sides are 36. So A1 is going to be around this area. .36 long. .36 long. Now, what was I doing there? Oh, it's not accurate. And there we have the points there, right? I'm going to label that, I'm going to pause and label them. Same concepts apply for the drawn in the detail in the middle, right? A joins to E. B joins to D. Okay, C joins to F. And then we can get the centers here. So that's H, because B and H are on the same line, and that's J. Now I'm going to take my compass, draw in the arcs. Okay, now I know what to call it, P is here, and it moves parallel to A to F2. And I know it's at a right angle here. Okay, and then it's coming from H. Okay, and that's a slight bit off there, is it? I'll just check that now there. Ooh, it's a tiny bit off there. That should have been it there. Right, that's it. Now, P2 to P3 is central symmetry. So I'm going to join P2 to P3. And it's central symmetry. So when I join P2 to P3, I need to find the center point of symmetry. So I'm going to take my compass, bisect the line between P2 and P3, and I'm only going to transfer the relevant number of points. There's the center point of symmetry. Right, so I'm going to transfer 3 points on the hexagon. So I'm going to bring through A, B, and I'll take C because it won't be too narrow an angle. So C. Now, to get a rough idea where to get A, I'm going to put my compass on the center point of symmetry, swing it over here. So this is where A3 is going to be. Now B is going to lie along this line. Now we know that it should be 36, the length aside, so I set my compass to 36. That's what I'm doing out here, and I'm going to swing from here, and B is going to be up here, but how do you know which one? Well, you can put your compass on the center point of symmetry and swing it over, and that's where, this is where B3 is going to be. Now, an indication where C is going to be, if you put your compass on the center point, C is going to be up here. Now, as we know, the external angle of the hexagon is 60 degrees. Oh, Jesus, shouldn't have headed that far. What was I at? Okay, so you can see actually that C is a bit off, right, the translation line. That's why you want to move just only the relevant number of points, because every time you do these transformations, it goes off a small bit. Like if I re-look at that line there, it's going from C through to the center point of symmetry. It's just a small bit off. It is what it is. They go off, that's their tendency. So 36 there. Right, now I'm going to draw in this, mark that wrong, sorry. Put the 36 on the wrong line there, sorry about that. I'm going to pause and finish that off. Radius of the curves. Okay, as we know, we put it on the center of the base, or we can swing our arc. And then to get our line GH, we're going to draw a line parallel to A to F. So a line parallel to A to F. Okay, I'm looking for point G from where the center pierces the curve. A to F, where the center pierces the curve. So right along here, and I'm going to mark up 25 on it. So 25 is not turning out to be very accurate there, and oh no, where am I going there? I'll pause for 1 second. So sorry there, I was on about the wrong lines there. So I'm looking to get point G, right? So I'm going to go parallel to A to F from this vertex of the curve. Okay, and I'm going to mark 25 along it. And then I can heavy this to P3. And then I'd have to go parallel to A to F from P3 to get it there. That's off there, so it is. So I'm going to have to correct that. So it should be going, bringing 3 out here. So there we go. So P3 is a good bit out now. So it's a difficult question this to get accurate. P3 is a good bit out there. But anyways, you just have to get on with it. Right, so O to P3 is rotated down to line O to L, or P3 is rotated down to line O to L. So I'm going to put my compass here, it's rotate about point O. So I'm going to put my compass on O, swing it about to point 3, swing it about to line OL, so that's P4. Now I'm going to measure the angle of rotation. And the angle of rotation between those points is 116. So all the points are going to be rotated at that angle. So I'm going to do B3 and C3 and D3. So I join the points to point O. So 116. So I'm going to rotate B3 onto that line. That's B3. Now I need to get for C3. So C3 is going to lie on this line. I want a good indication as to where it's going to be. So it's going to be in this area here. I know it should be 36 long exactly. So that's it specifically where it's going to be, I believe. I'll just check. Yeah. That's C4. Okay, and then I'll do D to have an indication where D is at. So D is going to be somewhere along this line here, but I know it's going to be a hexagon, so I know the external angle is 60 degrees. So we know C joins to F. Okay, we know A has to join to E. D has to join to B from the very first diagram. Okay, we have to get the middle of these here. We have to draw in the arcs. So that will be H4. That will be J4. So I have those arcs done. Now the next I have to do is the lines. So that's P4 there. Okay, so P4 will be joined to this line here towards the arc. That's what we know. And then from H4 we'd go up 25. And then oh sorry, I'd marked that off. That's 25 there. There, that'd be done. So that's 25. That's a right angle. And there's the question complete. Not easy. Is P3 there was a little bit off. Not easy. Cheers. Thank you. Bye bye.